All right, what's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is entitled What Divorce Culture Created. So it's certain things that I remember about family and my parents getting divorced and other divorces around me. But I've never been married, but I've, witnessed this too much. And I've been able to actually put it towards opposite end of the spectrum where people got married and they actually died married. You know what I'm saying? So, part of the stuff that got created with this divorce culture is the entitlement. Well, let's commitment phobia. Because you can, I had enough, I'm gone. You didn't have to commit to anything now. So nobody really commits, and they teach that you don't commit to anything. You can just shut it off and walk away when you just fed up. And the problem with that is this. You made a commitment. Didn't nobody force you to make a commitment. So when it's time to have and to hold and be there for better or worse, through sickness and the health, to death do you part, didn't nobody pull a gun to your head and tell you to do that. You did it on your own. So the fact that you could so easily just quit that, and if you have a family, and you then your kids grow up in a culture where I said I was gonna do something, but I changed my mind. I ain't feeling it no more. And, that messes stuff up. Because now you have people who don't commit to anything else in life. When it comes to their own dreams and aspirations and wants and desires and the things that they feel like they want to do, if it gets too rough, they quit. Partially because of this divorce culture. If shit get hard, we pack up and run, right? The other thing that I've learned from watching this divorce culture is, the entitlement. Like, in a weird way, divorce culture made people entitled because everybody feels like they're owed. Like, the laws make people feel like they're old, and then they raise their children to feel like their children are old. See, here's the thing. And just by the unfairness of the laws. If a man and a woman get married and a man and a woman get divorced, a man is gonna have to pay. But let's go past that part. Here's the part that makes it worse. And this that teaches entitlement. Normally you get a wife who'll say all the things that she did. This is all the stuff I brought to the table. This is what made the marriage, this, and I'm taking credit for this, and I'm owed this because of the years that I put in with this person and the things that my presence brought to the table, and they wouldn't have been this far if it wasn't for me. So pay me. But here's the problem. If you're old, then what is your husband owed when it's over? Because, see, that spills out into society where, the wives are always old and the husbands aren't. But the irony of that is, that means that husband, you did nothing for that husband? He did everything for you, or you say, you did everything for him to make him successful, and now he owes you for you making him successful. But what about all the things he did to make you comfortable? What are you going to give him to atone that? Where's his restitution? It doesn't exist. So then, because that doesn't exist in society, men don't get anything. You know, when men are dating women, it's expected she's gonna. She expects me to give, and I expect for her to take and never give nothing and think I owe her. So now it breeds into an adversarial relationship between men and women, because the women aren't paying. They never owe their ex-husband. There's nothing that they have to give up or give to their ex-husband, because whatever mindset this is, especially in this independent society, right? But that creates a problem between men and women in general, because that's part of the reason why some men feel like not just marriage is a bad deal, but in a more misogynistic way, women are useless. Because if I marry you and get divorced from you, you ain't gonna give me nothing because you ain't even ever brought nothing. I'm not getting anything from you because you ain't have nothing to give, and I married a person with nothing to give. So I'm gonna get slammed for marrying a person with nothing to give, and I'm gonna have to give them half of everything. And they're gonna walk around as if they did something. But if they did something, they would have to give something, right? So, like I said, it creates a problem. It creates a problem with balance. Divorce culture makes people not be able to sit down and work out problems with the opposite sex, because divorce culture, in the way it breaks down, is such a mean and vindictive split that what winds up trickling down into the family is that men don't need to see a woman's perspective, and women don't need to see a man's perspective. There's no synergy there. It's just two people in two different corners who are trying to get theirs. And the weird thing about it is, you got two people who want the other person to be responsible for their happiness. So then you got their children and their family going out into the world swearing that if somebody doesn't break their neck to make you happy, then they owe you something. They're not good enough because they're not making you happy. You're not making yourself happy, but they owe you the whatever you want to call it at the moment. They owe you to make you happy. They owe it to you to make you a happier person. That's not their job. The other thing about divorce culture, it creates an air that you were actually never on the same team. So it creates more adversarialness towards men and women when you see that, oh, I loved you, I'll do anything for you, but now that we breaking up, I'm gonna do my best to destroy you. That makes people who look at it, makes the way men and women look at love is differently, because if you care about somebody, you want to treat them fairly even if you're not with them. But so many people are at each other's throats when it comes to divorce. It makes you question, did people even care about each other to begin with? And then people think it's normal to use the facade of love as a way to fleece a person of their time, their resources, their bodies. Just everybody's using everybody until they can't use them no more, and then act like it's all good. Because the divorce culture just ignores intent. The words at the altar were just a farce, were just a lie, because what you intended to do was use somebody up until you couldn't use them up no more. So, this is why I said, this is the things that divorce culture created. We out.